You know, your age does not define your style, and it's never too late to look fashionable. In fact, your 50s can be a great time to experiment, try new fashion options, and feel comfortable in your own skin. To help you stay stylish and on trend, here is a helpful guide for in your 50s and beyond. Number one on my list is embrace your personal style. At this age, if you haven't yet, it's time to discover who you are. In fact, so many of us have been so busy taking care of others for so long. We may have been caring for spouses, raising children, taking care of aging parents, and then busy with your career. You don't always have time to think about, what do I like? What makes me feel like me? So you want to take some time now that things have kind of slowed down. Maybe the kids are out of the house and you might be slowing down in your career. You can take the time to figure out who you are, what you like, and really embrace your personal style. You know, trends do come and go, and you don't have to hop on every trend to be stylish or in style. But one thing that remains constant is your personal style. And it's those pieces that you put on, you feel like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, girl, I love it. And when your friends look at it and go, oh, I was thinking of you. I saw this shirt that was totally you. That's when you know you're hitting something with your style. And your style can evolve and grow, but there's still something about it, that je ne sais quoi, that makes it your personal style. It's always rooted in something about you. And you know, it's getting harder and harder. It used to be that, you know, once a month the new magazine would come out and you'd go dive through it, and that would be so fun. You'd get all your fashion tips, then you'd go to the mall and pick out some outfit ideas that you saw in the magazine. But now we are bombarded on social media, on hundreds of TV shows, on just so much style, what's in, what's out, and something that they're showing today may be out of date next week. It's just overwhelming. So it's really important to tune out the noise. It's a constant stream of those latest trends. So use them as a point to just draw inspiration, but that doesn't mean you have to follow all of those trends or what the influencers are saying are the only things that you should be wearing for a season. Take it with a grain of salt. Pick and choose those pieces that you like, that resonate with your style, and that would fit in with clothes you already have in your wardrobe. In fact, think of it this way. You're not trying to fit into their mold. You're taking those pieces and trying to fit them into your mold. So you're only going to accept the pieces that really work with you and your style. And if you want to know more, if you're really feeling like, Nancy, I don't even know what you're talking about, I don't know what my style is, I actually did a really good video on style, knowing how to choose your style, coming up with style words. You can check that video out right here. There's a PDF download of hundreds of style words to help you. You can circle them and help choose the words that are your style words, so that when you're bringing in new pieces into your wardrobe, you can make sure you can check them off and say, oh yeah, that piece fits my style words. So go check that out, and we'll move on to the next one. The next style tip I have for you is to choose quality over quantity. I know especially when it hits sale season, you want to buy as many items as you can and let me pile on the clothes. And then you get home and you realize, wait, I don't really want half of these. They don't really go with anything that's in my closet. I don't know what to wear. I just bought it because it was a good deal. But a good deal doesn't always need to be in your closet, and it's not always helping your wardrobe for the long term. So if you opt for timeless pieces that are classic and chic and work in with the other items in your wardrobe, you're going to have a lot more longevity in those pieces. You're going to love to wear them, and they're going to mix and match with the other pieces that you already have in your closet. And you know, I like to think of it this way. When you're buying a piece, how much is it costing you to actually wear that? So let's say you think, well, I'm not going to spend $300 for a jacket. That's just too expensive. But you'll go and you'll spend $300 on fast fashion items that you'll wear a couple times and then get rid of. But if you took that $300, and I'm just making up an arbitrary number, but if you took that $300 and you bought a really good blazer that's going to serve you for 5 to 10 years, and you're thinking how many times you're going to wear that. You'll wear it with khakis, with jeans, over skirts to business events. There are so many ways you could wear a simple navy blazer that when you break it down and you think, wow, I really love that piece. It's my go-to lightweight layering piece that kind of finishes all my outfits. And if you think of how often you've worn that and you break it down by how many times you've actually worn it over that period of time, it's going to be much more cost effective than those fast fashion items that are going to burn and churn and be out of date and falling apart. So I like to think of it that way when you're thinking of the difference between quality and quantity. And another thing is you want to think about mindful shopping. A lot of us love a little retail therapy, and I'm definitely one of those gals that loves some retail therapy. But when you're going shopping and you're trying to build a closet full of clothes that you actually love to wear, that works on each other, and you're building pieces that mix and match so that you have a lot of variety in your wardrobe, you want to go shopping mindfully. You want to have a list. And I've said this before in other videos, but you want to have it almost like you wouldn't go to the grocery store and be like, well, I don't know what I'm going to eat this week, so let me just walk down the aisles and I'll pick up some stuff. No, you go to the grocery store with a list, whether it's written down on your phone or even in your head, you know what you're going for. You kind of put on blinders and you go shopping. Well, it's the same thing when you're going shopping for clothing. Don't just go aimlessly looking for things and think what's going to pop out at me, because then you're only going to have a wardrobe full of impulse buys. Instead, you're going to look for where you have holes in your closet. Like you may say, oh gosh, if I only had a pair of good khaki pants or a cute little skirt or a pair of tennis sneakers, those little things that every time you go to get dressed, you think, if I only had this, my outfit would look really good. Or maybe you need an exciting handbag. Like that is what, so you put yourself on a mission for those items. And I always keep a running list. You can make a list, put it on your phone. You can have a little notepad, put it in your closet and just write down what you need when you need it. Then when you go shopping, you have a shopping list of items that you need. So when you go out, you're going to hone in on just those items. You're going to tune out all those impulse buys, save money, and buy the right items for your wardrobe. Another thing I want to touch on while we're talking about quality over quantity is the emotional value of clothes. I want to know, if we were to go through your closet right now, how many pieces would be in your closet that had an emotional attachment to them? You haven't worn them in years, but yet you were like, oh, I wore that to this wedding that I really liked and I just can't part with it. Or, oh, my mother gave me that and I don't want to get rid of it ever. It's always going to stay in my closet. Yet you probably have a huge portion of your closet, clothes that aren't even being worn just because they have emotional value. How about you free up those pieces, put them away, put them in storage where you don't have to see them, and free up some space in your wardrobe so that you can make room for the pieces that you're actually wearing. And those are not emotional pieces. You want quality pieces that are actually going to be worn, that fit you now and work in with your current lifestyle and wardrobe. And the last portion of this that I want to touch on is just elevating your wardrobe, making your wardrobe, and somebody said, stop saying elevating. So here you go. Let's make your wardrobe a little lifted, let's raise up that wardrobe and just make it a little bit more sophisticated. And by doing that, it's going to make your wardrobe more polished. And the way we do that is by adding quality pieces. And it doesn't mean they have to cost a fortune. You just want to buy pieces that are well made, that are timeless, will work back in with your style and the pieces you already have in your wardrobe. And by doing this, those quality pieces will most likely fit better and provide more polish and style to your wardrobe. Now, number 3 on my list is updating your basics. Basics are really the most important portion of your entire wardrobe, yet they are the most overlooked portion of your wardrobe. Those are the pieces we go to all the time that build the foundation for all the rest of your closet. And they may not be the most eye-catching pieces, but they're kind of like, I like to think of them as the workhorse pieces. And if you build a wardrobe on workhorse pieces, you are going to have an amazing wardrobe that really does not get boring. And then when you add in other pieces, it will allow those other like accessories or novelty items, it will allow those to really shine. And those workhorse pieces will just do their part of looking quality and elegant and really just set the tone to show off that key piece. So some of my favorite essential pieces are a crisp white shirt, a tailored blazer, and well-fitting jeans. And just by adding these three basics, and there's quite a few more basics that you can do, but if just by adding these three basic items and finding the most flattering versions of them for you, the best quality pieces that you can afford, they are going to mix and match with so many other pieces in your wardrobe. You will be able to just blow up the outfits you can wear just by adding these three pieces. And the reason why you're going to spend a little bit more money on these basic pieces is because you're going to wear them so much. They are going to be, like I said, the workhorses of your wardrobe. You want them to be the best quality so they won't wear out. I love button-down shirts. In fact, I've done a whole video on button-downs right here that you can check out. I love wearing them, and I wear them so much that I wear them out. So I don't mind spending money on them because I know that they are going to last me a long time, longer than, some shirts you can only get a few wears out of before they fall apart. But I'm hard on my clothes. I like to put things in the washer and dryer, and I know that I'm going to be wearing those pieces for a long time and very often. And while chasing every trend can sound fun, you end up with this closet that doesn't make sense. But if you have a good foundation of basic pieces, when you occasionally bring in a trendier piece, it's going to work with those basic pieces and just look elegant and refined and really be allowed to shine with your quality basic. Number 4 on my list is experimenting with accessories. Now we've talked all about basics, but you're like, okay, that's kind of boring. Where's the fun come into my wardrobe? Well, you can have a ton of fun with your wardrobe. And one of those areas is accessories. And they are really the cherry on top of a sundae. They are really the piece that's going to make your outfit pop and shine. There are lots of subtle ways you can put some fun into your wardrobe with these accessories. And they run the gambit of price ranges. I mean, you can go and buy really inexpensive to really thousands of dollars on accessories. So buy the accessories that are quality, that fit your budget and your lifestyle, and that work with your wardrobe. And you can put it into statement necklaces, scarves, bolder jewelry such as bracelets and earrings, headbands, and don't forget handbags and shoes. And what I love about accessories is that they're so versatile. Like one single accessory can be styled so many different ways. For example, a long necklace could be doubled or tripled around the neck or worn long and loose, or a scarf can be folded and worn many different ways. In fact, if you want to watch a scarf video, got some ways right here that you can check out. And not only do they look good, but I think accessories can really boost your mood. You know, putting on a favorite pair of earrings or carrying a handbag you really love can really make you feel great all day long. And if you want to take some risks with your wardrobe, accessories is really a fun and affordable place to do that. And after years, you can really build a collection. And I think there is a perfect example of this if you look at Iris Apfel. She's a fashion queen on her own, but the collection of accessories that she has, and it's all because she's collected these accessories over an entire lifetime while traveling all over the world. She would pick up really unique accessories, and wow, what a collection. And you can do the same thing. I'm sure you probably have some amazing accessories buried somewhere in that closet you could pull out and revise and bring back into your wardrobe and just show off your unique style. Number 5 on my list is play with color and patterns. Unfortunately, for us over 50, we have often been associated with subdued and monochromatic palettes, but that does not have to be the case. And for me, it is not the case whatsoever. Your age should not ever be a barrier to what colors or styles you're wearing. In fact, if you feel like you've fallen into a trap of wearing very muted, dark colors, haven't expanded your color palette, now is a perfect time to do that. And there's a lot to be said for color. Like, there is a whole psychology behind color. They not only enhance your look, they can go with your skin color, they can go with your hair color. They also make you feel really good and they can boost your emotions. So let's talk about brightening up your wardrobe with particular colors or hues. You can be strategic and modernize your wardrobe with pops of color. You don't need to. If you like darker colors, that's okay. Or if you like pastels or subdued beiges, that is great. You don't have to overhaul the whole wardrobe. You can incorporate just a few pieces, add that pop of color to an outfit. Think of a few things like colorful accessories, shoes, or even a bold lipstick. You can also adjust your colors based on the season. Think of the colors that remind you of each season. We're getting into fall, so maybe you want to start incorporating deep reds or bright oranges or even those rich golden yellows. Those will all add a pop of color to a rather subdued wardrobe. Let's talk about patterns for a minute, because a lot of people, even in the comments, I've gotten comments that say, I don't wear any patterns. I think it looks old and frumpy. But there are so many great patterns out there that you can bring into your wardrobe, and they can just it could just be a hint, like a pattern on a printed scarf or a pattern on a handbag. Like, I have a handbag that has leopard print on it. So when I wear that bag, I'm usually dressed in like a solid monochromatic outfit so that that leopard bag will really pop and show through. So there's lots of ways you can bring in pattern without feeling like, oh, I wear all this pattern all the time. Just hints here and there. And think of things like florals, stripes. Vertical stripes are going to slenderize your look, and they're really going to add a little interest without being overly patterned or overwhelming. You can do the same thing with smaller polka dots or checks, or even some nice plaids. Next on my list is paying attention to fit. Here's the reasons why I think fit is important. And it's number one, I think it's your comfort. Something is feeling too tight, like you could Hulk out of it because it's too tight in here, or just pulling and gapping. There's nothing worse than not feeling comfortable in a garment. So comfort to me is always a number one. And I think we've hit an age in our life that we can embrace that we want to be comfortable. I know I have slinked myself into some clothes that I really couldn't move in back in the day, but I will not do that anymore. How about you? If you are over that, put that in the comments below. So embrace comfort first of all, but finding the right fit to a garment is also going to enhance your silhouette, which we all want. And if you're in a professional environment, it's going to give you a more elevated perception. Having the right fit helps exude confidence, show that you pay attention to details, and that you're disciplined. And it subtly shows that you're meticulous about quality. And those are all things, if you're going for a job interview or you're in a professional environment and you want to look good, those are the things you want to think about. Now, when we're talking about fit, one of the biggest things we have to get over, especially here in the US, because one size 12 from one company is not the same size 12 at another company. They vary all over the board. And some don't even use a 12, they'll use numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got to get that out of your head that, oh, I'm a size 12 or I'm a size 16 or I'm a size 8. You got to get the number out of your head and only worry about this. Ignore the number. Just use it as a starting place to figure out what you need. You might have to go up a size or two. You might have to go down a size or two. All of it is okay. And nobody's looking at the number. Nobody even cares. What they do care about is, does it look good on you? And that's, you want to look good when you look in the mirror. You don't want to be worrying about the number that is on the label. And you also want to keep in mind that if something isn't fitting you just the way you want it, you can take it to a tailor. You can have shirts nipped in a little bit, have whatever you want done to them to make them fit your body just the way they should. Number 7 on my list is embrace your natural beauty. It seems like every other day I'll see a commercial or something on Instagram that is a new revolutionary foundation or CC cream or eyeshadow. And there seem to be more products out there than ever before that you need, and you don't have to embrace every single item that they say. Get your beauty routine down to a place where it feels natural easy and doable. You don't need to spend 2 hours before you go out. In fact, I did do a whole video on my makeup routine here, the 5-minute makeup routine. I like things to look very natural, not overdone, and so that you see me, not a face full of makeup. So when you're choosing your makeup, the big key is that it's going to enhance, not mask your features. But overall, you really want you to shine through. You're beautiful just the way you are, and you can embrace that and embrace all those lines and wrinkles that you may have. Just go with it. It's okay to have them. You've been here 50 plus years, so you've earned the right to have those. What I think is most important is to embrace good skin health instead of focusing on masking it or covering it all up. So think hydration, sun protection, and a daily skin routine that works for you. I also think it's good to embrace a less is more approach. In fact, I did a poll. If you don't know, I do daily polls here on my YouTube account. I asked a question about if you could only wear one bit of makeup, like you had to go out of the house, but you could only put one thing on, what would it be? So if you start with that, just like, here's my go-to item. This is the one I don't want to leave the house without it. If you start with that, what are just a couple items that you could add in to keep your routine light and simple and airy so that you're not feeling like you have to put on a whole face full of makeup every day? What are the couple things that you can use to have a less is more approach to your daily makeup routine? One of the things that question always does is it usually brings about that part of your face that you want to play up or play down. What are your favorite features? What do you really want to play up? What do you like most when you see your face? What draws your eye? What do you get the most compliments on? And then play up those features, and you'll feel so good when you do that. Number 8 on my list is staying updated. Fashion is actually kind of a living, breathing thing that never remains static. You can look back to any decade and know exactly what decade they're talking about when you look at the fashion. Think of all the movies that you instantly know what time frame it is because you've associated certain outfits with that time period. So staying up to date does not mean you have to be on every single fashion trend, but bringing in pieces that modernize your wardrobe will help keep you kind of in the know and updated. And that is the whole goal that we're looking for. We're not trying to be trendy as much as we're trying to be updated and on trend and fresh and revived and like we are with it in the human race today. And there's some reasons for it. It helps your personal growth by staying up to date, and it expands your choices and allows you to choose pieces that will expand your wardrobe and keep your excitement fresh and revived. Let's talk about some ways you can stay updated. The most obvious choice is watch channels like this one on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and try to find the ones that are in your age bracket that you like to watch and that give you ideas that you feel you can implement in your own wardrobe. They can let you in on new brands, styles, and new ways to wear items that you hadn't even thought of. You can also check out fashion magazines, catalogs, and websites. And believe it or not, there are a lot of online fashion communities. You can find them on platforms like Reddit. You can check out blog style websites. Like I actually have a website where you can read articles on all kinds of fashion tips and tricks that you can use on a daily basis. If you have boutiques or department stores that you shop at, a lot of those will have pop-ups or special events, sometimes fashion shows that will keep you up to date and in the know on current trends. And then the key to all of this is, like we said in the beginning, is to take these ideas and embrace them along with your personal style to find the pieces that work for you. You're not going to want to do every single trend that they talk about, but you're going to embrace only the ones that suit you and your style. Number 9 on my list is the ease of elegance. Now, this time of year, especially fall, we're seeing all these runway shows and magazine spreads and influencers. They're wearing high heels and intricate outfits, and sometimes the most essential piece gets overshadowed. And you know what that is? It's comfort. And the truth is, the most stylish individuals usually swear by being comfortable. The true elegance, really, especially at our age, elegance actually emerges when you are feeling your most comfortable. And the reasons you want to prioritize comfort is because when you're comfortable, you're feeling confident. It gives you a great confidence boost when you're feeling like, yes, I'm comfortable in my outfit. It feels like me. I feel good and I look good. And you look in the mirror and you like what you see, and you can walk out the door and others will pick up on that as well. Number 10 on my list is don't fear the new. You know, we talked about fashion being this ever-changing thing, and it encourages us to grow and evolve and keep changing with the times. And often I see, especially when we get older, we don't want to make changes. We don't want to embrace it. It's like, I've done this for 30 years, I'm not changing. Well, you know what? Peel away a layer here and there and embrace something new. Try something new because it will add a little excitement to your day. Even if it's a small change, it can really add some excitement to your day and to your life. You can explore new fabrics, new patterns, prints, cuts, accessories. There are so many things that you can explore that change and are new. And sometimes it's old styles that you've seen before, but reinvented in an entirely new way, which makes them exciting again. When we're talking about embracing the new, think of refreshing and renewing your wardrobe because your wardrobe needs update. Just like our scenery or playlist sometimes needs a little refresh. Your wardrobe is going to need that as well. Just a few new pieces. Get rid of a few old pieces, bring in a couple new pieces, and you'll be amazed at how refreshed and revived your wardrobe feels. Being in your 50s does not mean sidelining yourself from the fashion game. It's a time to express your personality, show it off through your wardrobe, and showcase it to the world. Do you have any style trend tips that I've left out? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. As always, I'll put links to everything I mentioned in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.